Hey, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ivy, and today I'm going to be doing, I don't even know what this is called. It's like the Shadowhunters book tag, but it's also called the TMI versus TID versus TDA book tag. If you're new here or you haven't been paying attention, I am currently on a Shadowhunters obsession. I think this is going to be fun. There might be some mild spoilers for some of the series. If there are, I'll do some sort of spoiler warning. Let's just get into it. I'm super excited to compare these series. I just finished Queen of Air and Darkness, so I have read all of them, and I'm so excited to compare them. So our first question is, which series has the best main character? Clary Frey, Emma Carstairs, and then Tessa Gray, which I don't have any of the Infernal Devices books, which is very sad. I'm gonna eliminate Clary right off the bat. Like, I'm sorry, girl, but you don't compare to the other two. This is kind of difficult. Tessa, I love so much. I feel like out of the three of them, I relate to her the most. She loves to read. She's more quiet and collected and calm and kind of shy sometimes. But then we have Emma, and Emma is so much fun to read about. She is just so bold and brave, and she's so funny too. Like, I think she is definitely the main character who has made me laugh the most. I have to say Emma. Even though Tessa is fantastic and I love her with my whole heart, Emma edges her out just a bit, so that is 1 point to TDA. Question 2 is your favorite Herondale. Jace, Will, and Kit. So this might be slightly controversial, but I think we're gonna go with Kit. I adore Kit so much. Jace and Will, again, they're both awesome in their own way, you know. They're cool. I love them both. But freaking Kit Herondale is just such a legend. And I think he's so adorable. I love him so much. I love watching him go from not wanting to be a Shadowhunter to being a Shadowhunter, and his relationship with Ty is just everything to me. So we're giving another point to TDA. Number 3 is favorite love triangle. So that would be Simon, Jace, and Clary versus Tessa, Will, and Jem versus Christina, Mark, and Kieran. Simon, Clary, and Jace are out. Like, that's such a boring, generic love triangle. In TDA, it's very unique, the relationship between the three characters. I'm not going to get into it because spoilers, but I've never read a love triangle like that before, and it's good and entertaining, but not my favorite thing ever. Heron Greystairs, however, is just the most fantastic, well-written dynamic between three characters I have ever read in my entire life. It's so unique. All three of them are so unique. The relationship that each person has with the other two is so unique. I can't even begin to describe to you how just mind-blowing, and oh my god, I love these characters so much, and their relationships, they're just so perfect, and I love them with my whole heart, and it's the best love triangle to ever exist. Point to the Infernal Devices. Next is favorite villain. So for this one, I'm gonna say Sebastian, the Magister from the Infernal Devices, and then for villain from TDA, there's like a lot of them. We're gonna say Annabelle Blackthorn. Honestly, Sebastian, he's horrible. Absolutely horrible, and that is why I love him as a villain. He's so evil. He's so good at being evil. He's terrifying. He's disgusting. Anytime his name comes up, I feel sick because he's just that nasty. What goes down in City of Lost Souls is so not okay. I hate him so wholeheartedly, and that's exactly what I want from a villain. So point to the Mortal Instruments for Sebastian. Next we have favorite army. So this is going to be between the Endarkened, the Clockwork Army, and then for TDA, what's an army? I guess the Cohort. Let's go with the Cohort. This is a toss-up for me. The Clockwork Army is out because that's cool and all, but it's kind of boring. The Endarkened Army is fascinating, and just the emotional stakes that there are with, you know, what that army is just so interesting and just good. It's so good. But the cohort, I think I'm gonna actually give the win to the cohort for this one because it's so close to home. It's kind of terrifying. Like, the cohort is very much, in my opinion, the way I look at it, is very much based on what is going on in our world right now and what always has been. Just what they stand for and how far they're willing to go, and just the hate that drives everything that they do is just so realistic that it's so, like, upsetting to me, but that's so good, you know, and it's just so well done. And yes, I'm gonna say the cohort because it's just utterly sickening, but, you know, in a good way, I guess. Okay, next is favorite first book. So it's between City of Bones and then Clockwork Angel and then, oh my god, Lady Midnight. That's what it's called. This one has to go to Lady Midnight. City of Bones is City of Bones, so, you know, we don't need to talk about it. Clockwork Angel is strong. It's very, very strong. That whole trilogy is fantastic, but I just sprayed so much spit. Lady Midnight, there's just something about it that's so much better than the other two. I don't know, it's just we kind of jump right in and, you know, you're getting to know the Blackthorns and Christina and Emma. Maybe it's just because Cassie has more experience by the time she was writing that book, so it's like, I don't know, better as she goes on. So yeah, point to TDA for Lady Midnight. The next question is originally favorite female sidekick. I'm going to change this to favorite female character that's not the main character. Isabel Lightwood versus Sophie, I can't remember her last name, oh gosh, and then versus Christina Rosales. This is one of the hardest ones. I love them all so much. Isabel Lightwood is iconic. She's just the most badass of all time. They're all badass, but, like, Isabel Lightwood is so badass. But then you have Sophie, and I love her so much too. She's fantastic. She's incredible. I love her with my whole entire heart. But then Christina's one of my favorite Shadowhunters ever. And her personality is just so pure. She's such a genuinely good person. And she just deserves the world. And she deserves love and happiness. And she's so kind and wonderful. She's a wonderful friend for Emma. She's a wonderful human being. I love her so much. Point to TDA for Christina frickin' Rosales. Okay, so next is favorite setting, so favorite institute. New York versus LA versus London. Hands down, this has to go to London. I mean, what else did you think I was gonna say? London is just perfection. You have that freaking library. It's also set in the 1800s, which is fun. I want to go to that institute so badly, more than any of the other two, so a point to TID for the Fantastic Institute. So then I added a few questions of my own. The first one that I added was favorite mentor / tutor. Hodge versus Charlotte versus Diana. Hodge is out, obviously, for obvious reasons if you've read the books. Then we have Diana and Charlotte, and they're both fantastic, but I think the point has to go to Diana. Actually, no, I'm gonna give it to Charlotte. I absolutely love Charlotte. She is so amazing how she just proves everyone wrong when they think she can't lead a frickin' institute as a woman in the 1800s. She's like, you know what? Yes, I can, you butt. Diana is great. I love her so much. She's so amazing and strong and beautiful and awesome. But Charlotte, I admire her so much. She's like, her quiet strength. For someone so young, she has so many responsibilities. She handles it so well. I just love her so much. Point to TID. Next, I put favorite couple, which there's so many couples, so I'm just going to say my favorite because I don't want to go through, like, every couple that exists in the universe. This point goes to TDA for Kit and Ty. Okay, I know they're not a couple yet. I know, but think there's still time for Ty Kit to get together, because the amount of times in this book when it's like, Ty is beautiful, or Kit didn't know why he felt this way when he was looking at Ty, but I have shipped them so hard, and the fact that they're like the one like pairing that didn't end up together at the end of this book when everyone else is happy and together, it pisses me off, because I want them to get together and make out, because they're so adorable. Anyway, Kit and Ty. Point goes to TDA. Last question that I came up with myself was favorite male side character who's not the main character. Simon from The Mortal Instruments, Gideon/Gabriel from The Infernal Devices, to Kieran from TDA. This obviously has to go to Simon Lewis. I mean, he's just adorable and sweet, and he'll do so much for Clary. He loves her so much, and he really finds his own place in the shadow world as the story goes on. But even before that, when he was just a mundane, he was still being brave and awesome, and I love him! Point goes to TMI. Alright, so the last two questions are ones that were on the original tag. Favorite final book. City of Heavenly Fire, Queen of Air and Darkness, and then Clockwork Princess. This is the hardest one yet. It's between this one and Clockwork Princess. This freaking book is so good. There's non-stop action, heartbreak. The start of this book is the most heartbreaking start of a book that I've ever read. It was so hard to get through. The characters are all just so good, and I don't even, like, it's just so good, and it's so long, but it didn't feel too long at all. It was just fantastic the entire way through. That being said, Clockwork Princess is just, it's everything. It's so good. Like, I don't even know how to decide between the two. I might have to just give a point to both. The final question is favorite final epilogue, and there's literally no other possible answer other than the one in Clockwork Princess. I cried so incredibly hard. It broke me, absolutely. I am still in very much pain. I will never be over it. So, I am just realizing now that I have not been keeping score. So, when I edit this, I will put the winner, like, somewhere on the screen, because I have no idea. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye.